Good morning, good morning. So it's another shooting that just happened last night. So let me tell you something. Two and a half weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, my daughter was forced to miss 3 days of school actually, because the school sent us an email. I think it was like Friday night or Thursday night, let us know that the next day there was gonna be a lot of police presence because they're investigating something. I was like, what are the, but we didn't see, right? We didn't see because how many times do you, at night, especially they send at night, how many times would you read a school email at night? So we didn't know. That morning, I woke up and I was feeling really strange. My husband say he didn't sleep well. My daughter said, Mom, I had weird dream. And we just didn't feel well that morning for whatever reason, right? So I was like, when you just wake up and you feel like strange. I don't know why I felt that way, but something didn't feel right. And I was like, yeah. And then my daughter was like, yeah, I had a weird dream that somebody did this to me. And I'm like, I had a similar dream. And it really happened. So my husband was like, it's maybe because we ate a little bit late, because we normally have dinner between 6:30 and 7 p.m. So I was like, maybe because we had meat at night, maybe that's why. So I take my daughter to school, and I get to school, and there's a lot of police presence, and there's like undercover, there's like people with badges. I don't know if there was FBI, I don't know, but there was just a lot of police presence, and the school was acting really weird, and people. I was like, wait, something is not right. I dropped her off, and I was going. I was on my way home. I was on my way home. I had my robe on. The school is only like 3 minutes from my house. But as soon as I get to the garage door, I was like, something is not right. So I called the school. I said, good morning. Like, what is going on? She said, we are investigating something, but we cannot let anybody know what is going on. But there's investigation. We're going to have police and security extra. I was like, my daughter's at school. Is she in danger? Oh, we cannot give you any information. We sent emails last night. You didn't have to bring your child to school this morning. I was like, okay, I'm picking my daughter up, right? I'm freaking out. I call my husband, and I'm like, oh my God. And, we live in a very good area. Thank God, like, I never seen a crime there. We don't really hear about crimes. It's a very family-oriented, safe area, right? So, brand new area. So, you don't expect to hear things like that. But even the prior school where my daughter used to go, it was a very good school area. And they also had one day had to be on lockdown because of somebody said they were going to go shoot up the school. So they said they could not give the parents any information. And we were like, you cannot even let us know what you are investigating, what happened. There's a lot of police. There's a lot of things going on. We don't feel safe, right? So I go get dressed, go pick up my daughter from school because I was in my robe, go pick her up. And a lot of parents are freaking out. Some mom ran there because her daughter said there was an active shooter at school. So it was crazy. So I picked up my daughter from school. We are waiting all day. They sent an email. We cannot let you guys know what we're investigating. So it's up to you to bring a child to school tomorrow. But there's going to be a lot of police presence tomorrow there. So I asked my daughter what is going on. They are not allowed to share. They don't know what is going on. But she said, a friend of mine said that a kid from another school was going to go and shoot up our school. But the school until today, they didn't tell us exactly what they were investigating. They just told us it was up to us to take our child to school. So I was like, we already moved, right? We recently moved there. And so my daughter is behind. Every time you move, you get behind. And I'm like, okay, I do not want my daughter to miss school or to get behind. But I was like, no, I'd rather have a daughter that is behind than have no daughter. So my husband and I were like, no, we don't feel comfortable taking our daughter to school. So we called the school and we said, we don't feel comfortable taking our daughter to school. So that's day number 2. So she stayed home and she's like, I really need to go to school. She does not like to miss school. So the next day, we waited all day. Oh, we have to investigating what is happening. And we still don't know what is happening. We have the police presence. It's still going to be another day with lots of heavy police presence. They're still investigating what is going on, and we take it very serious. Then we have a whole investigation team. And I was like, no, my daughter's not going to school. But it was bothering me. It bothered me so bad because I'm like, she's missing school. She's already trying to catch up. She had, we just moved there. And then, she came from a school with bullying and racism. So she's already went through that trauma. And right now she's starting to get better. And we're like, okay, we do not want her to miss school. But another day she had to miss school. And my husband was like, yeah. So we still didn't have any information. So the fourth day, they still had, police presence, but everybody's taking their kids to school. So I'm like, I'm like really crying in the shower because I didn't know. He's upset. I'm upset because we allowed her to make the decision. Do you want to go to school? She said, I want to go to school because I'm already behind. But with that decision, it came a lot of horrible feelings and emotion because we're like, oh my God, we're sending her to school. If something happens, we have to live with it, So he goes to work. I go to work. And I told her, just make sure you answer the call. I'm paying attention to the news. I let my work know, look, I'm going to be shaking on my phone. I'm going to be doing things because my daughter went to school and there's something going on that area, right? Oh, until today, it's like, you drop her off to school. And every day you drop her off to school, you're like, man, you pray that God protects her against anything, that nothing happens to her and other students, right? You just pray. Because you never know what can happen. So I woke up this morning, right, 2 weeks later, and there was a shooting in a school in Michigan where students die and some students are in critical condition. But from that time that there was a scare in my daughter's school, there's been like many more other shootings, not just school shootings. And it's really sad that, we have to send our kids to school. Because they go to school because they need to learn. My daughter is in 11th grade. My daughter is close to her graduating high school. She has so much to catch up, especially after missing those days of school. She has so many things to do. We have to stretch our arm and legs to get the help that she needs, to make sure that she graduates and to make sure that things go well. And it's really sad and horrible that this is our life in America. Our life in America is that, we send our kids to school every day, but we don't know if we're going to see our kids, later that day. We don't know if we are going to pick up our kids from school. I'm sorry. We don't know that, and it's really sad because when you think about those parents that keep on losing children in school, you just say, God, please protect my child, protect our children. And it's like, okay, when something like that happen and somebody else's kids get killed and yours stays alive, you're like, oh my God, I have my kid. But at the same time, somebody lost their child. So nobody wins. Even if your kid didn't get killed or hurt for whatever reason, somebody still lost their kid while they went to school to be something better for the future. Why they went to school? Because you make them go to school because they need the school for their future. And it's so sad. Like, why do you need to shoot schools? Those kids didn't do nothing to you. Some people are so frustrated with life. So many things are happening. Yes, the government sucks, the world sucks, there's so many things, but why children? I don't get it. Why you go to school where there's people there in the same position as you are, or even worse, trying to change their lives and the lives of their families? Why school? People be shooting at malls, grocery stores. Like, why? You are targeting everybody for something that happened to you. And then in a lot of cases, people take their own lives. Why? Why to get to that point? And the government needs to do better. Like, a lot of people here, have mental issues, and a lot of people go through so much is because the way that it is done here. Because we do not live in an equal country, equal opportunity. And it's like we cannot make excuses for those people. Some people, they kill for different reasons, but at the same time, there's so much going on here, those gun violences and stuff, and so many conspiracies here, so many things that happen that people are going crazy. Like, start and make things better. Make things prices better. Give people equal rights and stuff, so we can reduce the number of people that are frustrated, depressed, angry. right? Because the happier people they are, the less crime they will commit. And a lot of the crime rate in America is so high because so many people are struggling even to bring food. People are robbing grocery stores to feed their families. Like, honestly, people are going to jail. People are shooting places for eggs. Like, we just need to do better because there's so many people losing family members. It's like, I was telling my husband this morning, like, he was from the army and when he's, years ago, and he don't believe on guns, right? And I'm like, oh my God, sometimes I feel like I need a gun to protect myself, and I hate guns. But everybody have guns, and many of those people that have guns, they're criminals. They're there, they have guns, they collect guns to prepare themselves for the day that they can use them to hurt innocent people, like it happens all the time. We just need to do better. And before you send your kids to school, make sure they know you love them. You never know when is the last time you're gonna see them, even if they piss you off, because right now raising kids is not the easiest. Teenagers especially, they're not the easiest, right? But make sure, even if you guys are mad at each other, even if they just say, Mom, I hate you, Dad, I hate you, I don't want to go to school, make sure that your last word is I love you before they get out of the door. It don't matter what happened, the moments before they go to school or the night before or how they've been treating you. Make sure your child knows you love them before they get out of the door, because you do not know if you're gonna see them after school. And though the less words you tell each other, those are the words that you will always carry with you. Many of those parents, they regret the less word exchange they had with their children before they went to school. And many parents, that is the only thing they have to hold on. The less hug, the less kiss, the less I love you they told their children. Be safe. Stay in prayer, honestly, because we need God. We need His protection. I love you all. Stay safe.